Hey, News Channel 6, baby, here on the scene.
It does look like that.
Airplane that got stuck down at the end of the runway. Let's go check it out. That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
It does.
That is so
as soon as
stinking
you said
cool.
that.
So
funny.
look at the airplane down there. Let's talk about his poor experience. We're here with the beautiful Scale Bell helicopter, and I am pumped to fly it. We just featured an awesome Flywing bright yellow scale helicopter on the channel recently, and it went extremely well. So I'm hopeful that this one will go just as good. Speaking about good flights, Abby and I were in between airplane flights and getting ready to fly this, and we witnessed this poor guy down at the end of the runway come in, didn't film it. You just never know when you should turn the camera on.
I should always turn the camera on.
His landing, guys, was hot, and it touched down and he was squirreling all over the place, and we heard him rev up to do a touch and go, and almost down to the end of the runway we heard those tires squeal, everything locked in, and it just jerked and jarred everywhere. I've never seen such a bad landing touch and go full scale in my life, other than crash videos you see online.
He's still standing down there.
And
maybe
he's inspecting his,
okay.
We probably will. He's inspecting his airplane. It probably did some damage. That was an older little clipped wing style airplane. Very cool plane. And you know, anyone's capable of having a rough landing. I'm not trying to talk bad about, I don't know who it is. They just flew in. But very interesting, you know. It's you see it in RC stuff sometimes, you see it in full scale stuff sometimes, and what a beautiful helicopter this is. These blades are the only thing you have to install, and it's a good piece of advice on the tension for the bolt that you put in. You want, when you're holding it sideways, for those to drop, but with some resistance. That's the level of tension that those need to be at. They need to move. Don't over tighten it so they're so stiff they can't move, because they will still be able to move and then they get locked in the wrong position. So, man, I'm telling you, I'm very excited to fly this. So let's power it on and have some fun.
Mode to GPS position.
Got it.
Move the helicopter to the outdoor open environment without trees and buildings.
We're there. Wonderful. Wow. I think we're good for takeoff.
Wait, I'm on step 4.
Oh, there's more. Yes.
Both down and out.
Oh, you've done it 1,100 times. It never changes.
You would have never known. And raise the helicopter above ground.
All the men are like, just fly, no more instructions.
Then release the throttle stick and you can hover appropriately.
All right, let's do it, Abby.
And then there's a 3D mode.
No, I'm not doing that today. Nope, don't read. Stop reading, or I'll try it. Abby, I wish I had a sunshade. Is there anyone out there that makes a sunshade for transmitters? Well,
does yours fit on it?
It doesn't. Not on this one. Okay, so we're gonna go down and out. Green light's flashing, I can just tell, and then we hit run.
You can just tell the green light's flashing?
Look at it, yes. You have 5 seconds to hit run.
Oh, run away. These things are scary.
This is the best part. When you hear it idling, we can throttle up. And we're throttling up. Hey, yes. Let's see if we have a GPS lock, because we do have a light breeze. Hold on, baby. That's not a lock, that's what I call a toilet bowl.
Oh, that's a toilet bowl.
Hold on, let's just see. I'm gonna do a little bit of override and try again. Because we got a light breeze, it's okay. We're locked, we're good. Just making sure. Hey, News Channel 6, baby, here on the scene.
It does look like that.
Airplane that got stuck down at the end of the runway. Let's go check it out. That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
It does.
That is so
as soon as
stinking
you said
cool.
That.
So,
funny.
Look at the airplane down there. Let's talk about his poor experience. What happened was he had brake work done.
When Nate went and picked him up.
Yes, I drove him down to the airport manager's house. So his brakes locked up on the landing, and I know you guys didn't get to see it, but he went squirrely down the runway.
The one time I don't film someone landing. I always film people.
So down here on the right side is where he touched down, and everything looked pretty good, but it was very squirrely on the ground. We thought, well, it's a clipped wing cub. He came in hot. He'll slow down. He slowed down very quickly. And once he got down to this side of the runway, News Channel 6, just giving you guys the scoop, he started going squirrely again. And Abby and I, what's going on? He throttled up right about here. We knew he was going to commit to a touch and go, and he made it about 3/4 down the runway, about to where I'm stopping, and we saw that thing go very squirrely. We heard the brakes squeal, and he wanted to commit to a takeoff, but his brakes were locked up because they just recently did brake work on it. So because he, you know, the engine can't fight the brakes and build up enough speed to take off, so he's grounded at the end of the runway. Poor guy. Really cool thing. You know, I'm very tall and skinny. This guy was in that tiny little airplane, and he's 7 feet tall.
Did you find out about how far away he lives?
I didn't, no, not enough time. We were just talking about, yeah. Family of 5, and I did know he has kids, so. Right here on the RC Sailors, News Channel 6.
Did you get a name?
I did not get it. I don't know.
What kind of reporter are you?
Sorry. I did tell him our channel name though, so he can watch the story live. Hey, we're having fun with the helicopter talking about this little story because it just flies good. I'm watching it though. Watching it. I'm watching you. That's a great looking, oh, just candy apple, bright red. Look at that. I mean, that's the color of your old
All right,
Honda
that's
Civic.
close enough.
We love when things look amazing like this. And this
I
is
see it has a big number 6 on it. I just wondered where. I just thought you just came up with a number.
No, if it's my channel, it's going to be News Channel 7, not 6. Yeah. She thought I was just making that up.
I did.
Well, News Channel 6. Well, why are you saying that? Giant 6. Yeah, let's just cruise around. So apparently this thing has an ability to do some crazy inverted maneuvers and stuff, but you know, I am not doing that. I just want to keep it nice and scale. I'm not that good of a pilot. I did a little, on my blade helicopters, I can get those puppies upside down, barely, and with enough altitude. But something like this, it's just so darn expensive. I just don't want to push it and abuse it. I like it too much to push it to the extreme. And I totally understand why guys will buy 3D airplanes and just fly them in safe mode now, because they don't want to crash them. I get it. I respect it. Fly it how you want. It's your money. You spent it. You earned it. You don't have to fly it like Nate or, you know, one of the biggest ground vehicle channels in the world. He's very hard on his vehicles, and a lot of us don't want to do that because we like our stuff. This is just such a cool scale helicopter. I wouldn't want to intentionally push myself to something that I'm not comfortable with and crash it. Flying good. This is fast. I'm really enjoying the cruise speed of this. That's why we're covering so much ground. Yeah, I mean, I feel really, really good and locked in with this thing. This is probably the fastest I have flown any of our large helicopters. The biggest one we had to start with was the Huey, and we had problems with that, and that was Flywing. It was just the tail motor, got 2 wires reversed. Only issue we've actually had, but it was a big old nasty one, and a lot of people experienced that. They learned their lesson and they're still pumping out helicopters, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It didn't put them under or anything. I'm sure they're not going to cross those wires again. And so now we have our...
Well, they're lucky no one got hurt.
Yes, that's very true. You know, the yellow helicopter that we had recently on the channel, and now this one, Flywing can put out a very good helicopter. And there's some guys that say, look, it's a little expensive for what it is, but you're taking this right out of the box. You're installing 2 props, 2 blades, and you got a GPS lock. Any beginner can fly this. Now, should someone that's never been in the hobby before just run out to Walmart and buy something like this? No, you need to take your time, really practice with it. And what I mean by that is when you take off in a helicopter, you want to take off and it face away from you like this and get a feel for what these controls do. Don't just see how high it'll go. You know, you might want to actually fly at about 1 mistake high at least, so you can still see really good orientation and get a feel for what left does, right does, away or forward and back does. Rotation, that's a good one. And just stop on that dime again, right? Rotate the other way. Here's where it gets, you guys are like, that's so simple, duh. Well, guess what? When I'm facing toward me, look what happens when I push right on the stick. Can you see it, Abby?
Yep. Right on the stick makes the helicopter go left when it's facing you. Okay, some people would say, duh, but it takes some getting used to.
Let's face the helicopter toward the left. Now what's going to happen when I push right on the stick?
It's going to go toward us. Never mind.
Not everybody can fly.
I'm not flying it. I knew that. Well, left is right and right is left, you know?
Orientation can take a minute to get used to, right?
Oh my gosh.
So, actually, our friend is walking out right now. Probably needs to ride back down to his airplane. This helicopter is super awesome. But for his sake, because we do take the full scale stuff pretty seriously too, I want to do a little figure 8 pattern, and then we'll just come in for a nice smooth landing, semi figure 8. And let's just kind of hover it down. We'll land it a little bit close to us, and we'll do motor off here. Just 1 second. Stop. That's the best part.
So satisfying.
Yeah. What an awesome helicopter. This thing is living up to the Flywing name now of very high-end, ready-to-fly GPS scale helicopters. I mean, this was beautiful flying. I love the bright red that this offers. It's super contrasting to the sky, and then also the other one that we own is bright yellow, and I mean, they really pop and look amazing. I never would have dreamed of owning or flying something like this when I was younger, and it's really cool that something like this exists now that people can just buy and go fly. Now, I don't recommend that anybody just pick one of these up and go fly it with just a little bit of thought going into it, and I'm going to strongly encourage that you fly with AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics. It's an insurance program for those of us that fly RCs and drive RCs too. We all think about it when we're flying our foam airplanes, and I kind of laugh about the dangers associated with a foam airplane because they're very, very low. But something like this is big and powerful, and I don't want to mislead or downplay how potentially dangerous this could be. Most of my airplanes I wouldn't care to try to grab out of the air. In fact, I do sometimes. I'll hover it in and pull it out of the air. I would never want to grab any amount of flesh and bone toward this main prop. As a matter of fact, I wanted to unplug that battery, even though that's on stop. I wanted to unplug that battery before I picked this up to end this video, just because that's big and very powerful, and that's a blade flying through the air really fast. So be safe. Fly with the AMA. They'll be linked in the description box below. This is linked in the description box below too, and using that link does help to support our channel and our family at no extra cost to you. I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with the time to jump in front of the camera and share this experience with you guys, and for this beautiful weather. I'm so grateful. And a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters too, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. We had another really cool bright yellow helicopter on the channel not long ago. That video will be popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. See you there.